How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to the channel, and on today's video I'm just going to show you a quick way to do a California patch. If you guys don't know about a California patch, well, I'm going to show it to you guys. I know there's a lot of other videos out there, but this is for my viewers. If you ever wonder how do we do that, so I'm just going to show you today how we do that. Here we have this little hole here. It's about 1.75 inches or so. So basically you have a piece of sheetrock that you cut a little bit over the size, and then what you're gonna do is just cut the edges, the square, and then peel away the sheetrock itself, so it'll leave the actual paper of the sheetrock, nothing but paper, and then the hole with the sheetrock, and then you put it on there. So I'm just gonna show you how to do that real quick, and we're gonna do the process of this little repair here. So I got my piece of sheetrock here ready, and we're just gonna cut a piece. So we're just gonna cut a piece about this big. Okay, so remember the hole is about 1.75 inches. So we're just gonna go like so, here and here. Here, 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 and here. That's going to give you the hole, maybe a little bit smaller here. There. And then you just break it like this and peel. Break and peel, break and peel, break and peel. So now you have the hole, the square that's going to go in the hole, and this is going to be on the front. So once you have this cut here, then you come in and just pour you some quick set. This is a 5-minute right here, because it's just that one little thing, so I'm just gonna go quick. And then we just add some water to it. So once you add the water, get your 6-inch knife and then you start mixing it. And you wanna make sure that it has a nice, smooth consistency. So you see it, pretty nice. Now if it's a little too watery, I would just suggest, just before you mix it all, you're gonna find out if it's gonna be too watery. Just pour out some of the water, or add a little bit more mud to it, more of the quickset. There you go. So here we have the hole. Here's my California patch. So you see there's a sheetrock. It's gonna go in the hole, and then you put it on like that. But before you do that, you put some mud around the area. Like I said, I got some 5-minute. And basically this is gonna act like glue on the paper. And another thing, before you do this on there, you wanna make sure there's no like lumps and bumps in here that's gonna make it look lumpy or bumpy. Lumpy or bumpy, there you go. And then once you put that on there, you just wanna apply some pressure from the between down, I mean to the sides, or and that's pretty much it right there. Now we're gonna do is just give it a a few more passes, that way we get rid of the line of the actual paper of the sheetrock. I mean, just work your way around it, and then you're probably gonna have to put another skim coat real quick. And once you do that, and then you always wanna make sure that the edges are not like very caked on, like with mud like this, or else it's gonna take forever for it to sand out or sponge out or whatever. So you just wanna make sure that everything's smooth. So this is how you want it to look, where the edges are kind of like disappearing, and then with the next skim coat, it's actually going to be a little bit bigger than that, so it'll look smooth. Oops. So I'm putting my second coat of mud here to fix it. So what you want to do before you put the second coat, you know, of course you have to let it dry a little bit. I kind of passed it with my knife, a little bit like that, just to take off any of the high buildup on there, and then just scrape it off on the side that you're not gonna use, and then get your new mud, and then just start putting the your skim coat. So as you can see, it's already been sanded out, dried out. I sponged the edges. So I just wanted to make sure whenever you do this that you feather out the edges, so you will not have a line. That's what it's gonna show. As you saw, with just a little square patch here, but that little patch can turn out to be a little bit bigger. So you guys, that way you guys understand, you know, it's just a little hole there. Yes, it is, but this is how the little hole can get. So when it's all said and done, you're gonna have to make a drywall repair a little bit bigger. You can actually do a little bit smaller, but since it's a wall, it catches a lot of light. I wanted to make sure I feather it out as much as I can. That way, it will not trap the light whenever after it's all painted. So once that's done, I'm using this little, knockdown texture from a can. If you're gonna do small repairs like this is good. You just gotta know how to use it. Make sure you shake it well, pretty good. If you're gonna do a lot of repairs in the house, I suggest get your hopper and mix the mud. Have a bucket already ready to go, which you can do that too. I'll have another video whenever I'm doing a lot of drywall repairs in the house or bigger repairs. Just bring in the hopper, and that's gonna make it a whole lot easier and faster. But sometimes this is actually faster than setting up the hopper, mixing your mud and all that. Just go get your can. They're 14 bucks now. So if you're gonna charge accordingly to that, okay? You're gonna be away maybe 7-8 inches from the wall whenever you're gonna shoot. Before you do this, make sure you shoot an area where you feel comfortable with. And then once you do that, you feel comfortable with, and then you can come in and shoot your texture. So you see it right there where it's been textured. It looks pretty little thick, because we can have the splatter. The knockdown is actually a little bit spread out. Now, if you look at one thing, which I'm gonna show you here, if you look at one thing, it's not as thick, it's kind of thin. So they had a lot of water whenever they shot the texture here, so that's why it knocked it down pretty smooth. So that's what we're gonna do here. But you can see areas where you can get too much of it here. So what I normally do is after I shoot the texture, one pass with the can, I will kind of let it set in a little bit and then come back and do it a little bit more so you have a little bit more consistency, because you don't want to do it all at the same time. As you see in it, it kind of shrinks itself from the can, so it's not going to be like real mud where the mud just stays whatever size you shoot it, that's going to stay that size. This actually shrinks. Has a lot of air in it, so we just want to shoot a little more. Now you see where I shot more, and we're gonna see it's gonna start shrinking a little bit at the same time as it's drying. Another tip, guys, that I have is get you one of these. This is the one that go on the side of the garage doors, actually, on the exterior weather stripping of the garage door. And if you can find one, cut it and have your little pieces. And then this is going to help you out whenever you do your knockdown on the texture itself. It's going to help you out quite a bit. And it actually looks, I mean, I've done it for so many years, and this is what we always been using for repairs like this. Just make sure that the ends, they're not curling into the way you're going to drag it. Make sure they're curling in the opposite way as you're dragging it. Another thing you want to see whenever you're doing this, which way did they drag the texture? Did they drag the texture this way, side to side, or up and down? Most of the houses are going to be up and down, but in some of the corners, they always do it like side to side on the corners. So now I see it where it's kind of like good enough to drag down, so that's what I'm going to do next. And that way you're going to see the way it's going to knock down. And you start from the top, bottom, and just very light pressure, not a whole lot, very light. Very light. Now you see it looks a little rough still, a little thicker up here. So I'm just testing the thickness. And then now that I know what I need to do, so I'm gonna put a little bit more pressure on there so I can get a little bit thinner and match this texture. So you just apply a little bit more pressure. And then you can see it just looks almost the same. The California patch is done. Hopefully you liked this video and it was helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Anyway, so let's go with the materials and the labor it took and how much I charged. So the materials, I got one bag of quicksand mud, $10, one 2x2 1/2 inch of sheetrock, $6, one can of texture, $14, one roll of masking tape, $2, one roll of masking paper, $4. The total, $36. Now the total man hours, just 1 hour. Labor and materials included, I charge $175. And keep in mind, this is for the Central Texas area. It might be different in your area. Guys, I had a blast with you guys showing you this video, and hopefully you guys like it. Please like and subscribe, and again, leave me any comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you out on any questions you all might have. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching.